All right. Okay, cool. So here's the appraisal rolls. I'll zoom in. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
All right. So same subdivision. So it's like not crossing major roads. You want to stick within the same HOA stuff that we've kind of talked about already. But plus or minus 200 square feet, and you want to comp a property for the same property type, right? So if you have a 2-story home, you're not using a 1-story home to comp it. If you have a tri-level home, you're not going to use a 2-story. You want to try and find another tri-level. So you're comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges. And a big no-no, do not cross any major roads. That's huge. Within 5 years of construction. So I go within 10 because a lot of the times these builders are building within 10 years. So they're the same build type a lot of the time if you go within 10. So you could definitely uh bend that rule a little bit and go to 10, but I would not cross over 10. Once it goes over 10, do not use that as a comp. And so in adjustments, so you're comparing homes within a 2,500 square foot lot size. That's the goal. You can always adjust for that if you go with outside of it. So that's not super strict either, but these ones up here, these ones are the very strict ones. Like do not except a 10-year build, but do not go outside of any of those characteristics. So a bedroom, depending on the property size and or I should say the price point of the property, you're going to adjust plus or minus anywhere from 10 to 25K. And a bathroom, I actually adjust anywhere from like 15 to 30 depending on the price point. So like a property that goes, 1.5 plus, I'm going to adjust about 20 to 30K for the bathroom. A pool nowadays does definitely not cost 10 grand or even add only 10 grand of value. I actually, depending on the price point of the home, I do a minimum of 20. You're out, bro. Later, dude. Um, so I do a minimum of 20 grand, plus or minus for a pool. A garage, is definitely 10K. Garages aren't that much. And a carport plus or minus 5. So then this is big too. Traffic and commercial. So this is like if it's siding, backing, or fronting commercial or traffic. So if it's on a busy road, I calculate it differently because there's busy roads and then there's major roads. So for a major road, you're obviously going to take more. For a busy road, you could go a little bit less. And so if you're siding a major road, I would do about 20K. If you're siding a busy road, then I do about 10K. And same with backing. It's the same prices. And I actually do this to 500K and then 500K plus I do percentage and I use this same percentage still. But fronting will be about, if it's a busy road, it's going to be about 10K. But if it's a major road, then I do about like 25K for fronting. And sometimes you'll notice it could be more, right? Depending on the price point. And that's why over 500K, it gets into percentages because it could really hurt value. Busy, major roads, commercial, I do the lesser amount just because it's obviously not as noisy, depending on what it's siding, fronting, or backing. Like if it's like a gas station, I'll do a little bit more because that's going to have a little more noise than an industrial warehouse would. Um, you know what I mean? So it depends on what it is. A lot of people don't want the noise. That's why there's like busy and major roads because a major road's going to have constant traffic going through it, where a busy road has traffic, but not as much. So, it just depends. Most people don't want to be next to things that are very loud. They want stuff that's a little more quiet. So that's why I arrange that a little bit more on siding, backing, and fronting, commercial and traffic. And then for a basement and a guest house, that's why it's always important to get the square footage of it and see what the bed bath count is. it you only get 50% of every dollar that you put into it. So for example, if you put a 1,200 square foot basement in, you're only going to get pretty much like 600 square feet of value. And same for guest houses and stuff like that. And so that is the appraisal rules. Do you guys have any questions about that?
For me, it's more like I live in San Francisco and I don't feel like the prices here for like constructions are the same as in Arizona or whatever.
Right. California is definitely more expensive.
Yeah, so like I don't even know how much it costs. Like you guys have like 10, 25K. Here would be what, 30, 40K, and I don't know
Well,
how.
for what? I wouldn't say it's that much more.
I worked for a construction company and I had to go to their houses to see what the client wanted to do. They literally sold the bathroom for 45K and it was like two,
Yeah.
3 meters bathroom, like very small.
Yeah, no, and I get that, but the thing is, we're wholesalers. We're not in construction. And as a wholesaler, we're selling to many different buyers. Like I have buyers that do their own work. So they can go and do a whole 1,200 square foot property for 25 grand. You
Yeah.
know, then there's another buyer that has a general contractor. They're going to go and have to do this same exact property for almost 50, where there's another person that subs everyone all the jobs out themselves and they could probably get it done for like 37, you know. So it's not our job to exactly calculate all the rehab cost. That's why we want to have at least a good general estimate of what the rehab cost is. And almost because everyone's gonna range, you know what I mean?
So these numbers work for me as well.
Yeah. So it's a little different. California is definitely more expensive. So it's like for us, for a typical smaller home under median price point, a rehab's probably going to cost about $35 per square foot. In California, I'd probably put like $45 per square foot,
Okay.
you know, just
Yeah.
for something that's a cosmetic under median price point. And then once you get above median price point, start to add like $5 to $10 per square foot. And like an HVAC, depending on the size of the property here, is going to cost you anywhere from like 5 to like 7.5 grand. Where there, it's probably going to be like 7.5 to 12K. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sherry,
I got a question.
let's hear it.
Forgive me for being late. I had so many Zooms things. I didn't know which one worked. But anyway, um, I was looking at the appraisal rules. Square footage used to be 250. So you're saying now it's not 250, it's 200,
Um,
correct?
you can go to about 250. I definitely you want to be as close as possible to the subject property, you know? So if you have a comp that sold, let's say you have a 1,200 square foot home and you got a property that was 1,450 square feet and it sold, and you also have like a 1,250 that sold and they're both remodeled, I'd prefer to use the 1,250.
Okay, that's not what I think I was asking. Okay, I've
Okay.
been using appraisal rules all the time, but I
Mhm.
just noticed your appraisal rules are different from mine because it used to be 250. So what I'm asking you now is the rules that you have now are the newer ones. Because I think I have
No,
2023.
no, mine are not
No,
newer. I don't even know where the new ones are.
mine has 250.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you can still go plus or minus 250 square feet. But what you should be trying to do like if there's two properties that sold that you can use as a comp, right? And one's 250 square feet and the other one's 50 square feet, I'm going to use the 50 square foot one as a comp.
That's for somebody like
You know what I mean?
really, unless you're adjacent to us, or like what
No,
Brad said, he has his own construction.
Okay.
I see a guys up there
To
that
use the one that's closest to your comp, right? In square foot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
So you
Oh, okay. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so you can do within 250 plus or minus 250 square feet.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm
but
with
if
you
there,
now.
yeah, so let's say there's one that's at 250, like plus 250 square feet, and then there's another comp that's plus 50 square feet. I'm gonna use the plus 50 square feet as a
Because it's
comp.
closer to mine, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah,
yes,
okay, that's fine.
But
yeah.
What else I want to know? Oh, the, what I want to say. The comps with the busy street. Okay, the busy street is the one with just the yellow line. And, I don't know what you would call the other one, but
Major.
Major Street is the one that has 2 lanes on one side and 2 lanes on the other side, correct?
Yeah, so pretty much another good way to tell too is a major street will most likely have stoplights.
okay.
Okay,
So, because there's sometimes one way or like one-way streets, or not one-way streets, but it's a one-lane street and it has a stoplight. I consider that a major road.
okay,
Yeah, if it's a one-way and it's yellow line with stop signs, I'll consider that busy.
as a busy street.
What if there's like those city, not a train, like we have these, like kind of these
Bricks
trains
in the
that,
middle,
huh?
you talking about like the grass sitting in the middle of it and the highways on both sides?
No, we have these little trains like buses that go through the middle of the city here in San Francisco. Would that be considered like a busy street? Is that there's like two ways, one to go, one to come, and stop signs plus train plus, okay. Busy or like super busy? Oh,
That's the same thing. No, I would say that's a major street.
major street.
Right,
If there's a lot of traffic going through there and it's noisy, there's a lot of cars, there's buses, there's trains, there's all that, that's major. If there's a lot of traffic going through, that's a major street. Like you have to think about, is this a street where if my kid's ball just went out into the street, what is the likelihood that a car would hit him? If it's very high, that's a major street. If it's very low, but there's still a good chance, then that's a busy. But if it's tucked away in a neighborhood, then it's not, that's not any type of street. That's just like a regular street. You don't take anything off of that.
okay, and my other question was, the percentage, the front side and whatever. Um, I didn't understand the part about the 500 and above. How
Yeah,
do
so
do they stay the same as whatever's on there, or do they go up?
so you mean price point? Does it say the same in other markets? Or what are you asking?
Okay, what I'm asking is, okay, like, um, the other one is you just take off 20 to 10%, 10 to $20,000. But on the
Mhm.
other side, I think it's 500, 500 and above, it's 10%, 20%, and something else. So what my
Yeah.
question is that on the other side, you did 10 to 20, it depends on what type of busy road it was. But if it's a major road, uh, you know, for the percentage side, do you change it as well or no?
Yeah. So if it's like siding a major road and it's 500K plus, I would do about like 15%. And then if it's backing, I would do probably still around 15. I consider backing and siding about the same. And then fronting, I would do like 20 plus. Like sometimes I wouldn't go above about 25%.
Okay, so go up 5%.
Yeah, depending on how busy the street is for sure. But you're gonna see too, like if you have $1 million property and you're taking 20% off because it's, fronting a busy road, that's a lot. It's already
Yeah.
200K.
So that what I was going, sorry.
That's
Go ahead.
200K value that just freaking is gone.
Yeah, so that's what I have trouble here because San Francisco, there's nothing less than 1 million, like 1.5, 2 million. So
So also another thing is too, that's an adjustment, right? If you have a property that's a comp that's on the same street, they're both fronting a major road, you don't need to adjust.
what if we don't?
Yeah, so if you have your subject properties on a major road and then your comp is tucked away in a neighborhood, you got to adjust. And vice versa.
Say again, sorry.
If your subject property, the one that we're trying to find comps for, is on a major road, but your comp for that property is tucked away in a neighborhood, you got to adjust. So you're going to adjust it down. If your subject property, the one we're finding comps for, is tucked away in a neighborhood, and then you find a comp that is fronting a major street, then you adjust up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
So, like, for example, you got your subject property is fronting a major road, and you got a
Right.
comp that is $1 million tucked away in a neighborhood. Well, your subject property's ARV will now be 800,000.
Okay, got it. And if it's the opposite, then it's gonna go up 200,000.
20%.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Any other questions?
Yes.
What's up, Joanne?
Hi. I got a contract.
Did you really?
Yes, the agent is waiting to write it now. I can choose the title company. So I'm going to use the title company. It's a fidelity title. I had to talk to someone there before. They wanted a 5-day inspection.
Okay, we could do
I asked,
that.
I asked for 7, they asked for 5, so we can get it done. And so I gotta send a proof of funds, which I can get.
Do you need a title company or do you have one?
Well, I've spoken to a person at a title company before in Dallas Fort Worth.
They do assignments and they work with investors.
Yes. Why, do you have one that you, I know
No,
it's not your area, but
no, I was gonna reach out to a friend of mine if you needed one.
okay,
Heck yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations.
thank you.
Tell us about it.
Okay, I had comped it. Well, it's the one I had mentioned before, and I asked you if I said ask one, I should offer 120, but it's a property that it has a additional dwelling attached to it, and it needs a lot of work. The primary home looks pretty good, but the second part, somebody was living in it. Actually, a cop was renting it, and then he left. So the owner is looking to sell the property. It was his parents. It was given to him. Um, so I went and I asked Gene comped it, and I think you might have looked at it too. At first, we offered 120. So they said he countered with a 150, and so I said I stood at 120, and then today I asked, if there's anything else, can I go back and see if I can make a higher offer? And Jean came back and said offer 135, 137 rather. She said, but don't go higher than 140. So I offered 135 at first, and that didn't go. So I said, okay, well, 140 is our top. So, and then he said instead of I asked for a 7-day inspection. He said 5, and I said okay.
Awesome. Heck yeah, that's freaking amazing. Which one is it?
This is 1001. Let me bring it back.
And the price on it's 440. You want me to shoot this one over?
1001 West Drew Street in Fort Worth, Texas.
Here's the Rockwood. Okay. West what?
West Drew.
Oh.
Let me-
Yeah, go ahead and look at it, man. It's a good area. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yep. Oh yeah, it looks pretty clean.
Yeah, that's the main dwelling. It's a 2-1 in the main dwelling, and it's a 1-1 detached dwelling.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Bet. All right, bro. Okay. So are they're writing it up right now?
Well, I gotta get them the information.
Oh, okay.
So, but I wanted to make contact with you too, see how your process is with, putting it out to a buyer, but I need to get the contract first, so.
Yeah, we got to get the contract and see. We got to get the seller to sign first before we
Right.
even start looking at it for buyers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
I think the ARV was about I was at 285. When I did it, I estimated 295, so it was off, I was off a little bit.
Okay.
I was gonna offer like 120 to start, and then.
I'm gonna text one of my buddies right now. Sweet. That's freaking amazing. Good job. Well, so let's get the seller to sign.
Yes, I'm getting my stuff together right now. I have to send the proof of funds, and I'm gonna send my offer criteria.
Nice. And so then I think too, so what we got to do is what we'll do once the seller signs,
All right, we've got it from here. I need the stretcher, bathroom.
we'll get all of the information kind of together. So all the details about the property specifically. So it'll look something along the lines of this. I'll just post one of our random deal texts in the chat. So it'll look something like this. This is how we put together our deals and how we send them out. So it has an address, bed, bath count. So this is going to be, it has a casita, right? So it'll have 2 different bed, bath counts. It'll have the total square footage, and year build, lot size. We'll get the pictures from Zillow, put it in a Dropbox link and make a link to pictures and the wholesale price and then the after repair value. And then that's going to be the material that we use to send out the deal.
Okay. Okay, thanks. I just put that in my notes.
Yeah, and then once we have that, then we'll put it out to everyone we know in Dallas and see who wants this thing.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Or at least like a deal text or a template like that we can pull a list from and send it to people, you know. Okay, cool. Heather.
So I
You're breaking up a
hoping
little
I
bit.
can, but I'm thinking that if I'm hoping you could look at this property with me. And it's 7611 West Carter Road, Laveen, Arizona.
Okay.
She said, I talked to her today and she says she has an investor already and they're offering 425. I'm thinking potentially I could do 428. She said they've cleaned the carpet since, so the carpets are in a lot better shape now. She keeps it really clean. They're moving stuff into storage now. The deal is with this one, she said, after 2 years after they moved in, her husband died of cancer.
Oh man.
The only thing is that the doors, her sons kind of destroyed the doors.
Mm-hmm.
The killer is that these kids are in their 20s, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
what? They're destroying the place.
Some
And
people never grow up.
right. So she's been spearheading the boys to get out. And she said one of them's moving out. She's pressing them. There's a car in the front that they need to get out. The thing is that she has 240,000 she owes. She has a forbearance of 40K, another lien of 11K, which they think the bond will be removed on that one. The car, she thinks she's working on them to get that out of there, and then they're behind by about 3K on the HOA.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So I think things just really snowballed for her. So really it looks like paint, doors, but really that's it. It's a 2017. Everything else is pretty good. Maybe if you wanted to get rid of the carpet and and because most of them are just in the bedrooms now, and
Mhm.
tiled it. But if I could get this at 428, I think I could get this under contract on Monday. I also said that if I do, I would pay her commissions.
Yeah.
So
that would be on top of the purchase price of 428.
yeah, so that would be what, 12,000, I'm guessing at 428, 12 something.
I made an offer on that house as well.
What'd you offer?
Yeah.
I offer, let me see.
Probably lower. She said
What
most of
is
them are coming in much lower.
what is her name again?
Right.
Giovanna.
Giovanna, yes. Where the hell is she? One second.
7611 Carter is like line 28, 27 of the list. Because I noticed that you and I are working off the same exact list.
Oh yeah, I mean I made a list. Here, Giovanna, I offer much lower though. I think it was 330,000 I offer.
Yeah. They're not going to be able to do that. So I'm trying to get it at 428. Do you think we could be able to do that?
I
And you'd
think
find
428 might be a little high. I see one property that went for 500, 515 right here, but it's a one story.
what
Ours
about
is
the
a two-story.
535? There's a 535 right near it. 535, where is it? It is on West Glass Lane. Same year, 53, 64 or 6507 lot, 2734 square foot. That one went for 535, but it's got a pool.
Yeah, I think that's a solid one. I wasn't looking at stuff that sold after 6 months. But that would still put us at like 515. And I mean, if it doesn't need that much work, let's see. I mean, I would really want to be under 400. I'd want to be at, and this is if it cost, I'm just overestimating because you never know. But I would want to be at like 390.
Yeah, it sounds like she's got an investor there that's going to do 425.
That sounds a little high. If I with everything that she has going on, it also sounds like it could be a really good creative finance deal. 425 seems a little high. But I just asked one of my guys to see where they think they would need to be at too.
Awesome. Yeah, she's gonna present the offers on Sunday. So the seller is just really trying to help her out. Otherwise, she's gonna lose it. She's gonna lose the house,
Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
right? So I'm really trying to see whatever we can do to keep her from losing it. So, before it gets to that stage, so we don't have more hurdles to go through.
Yeah. I think that if that offer doesn't work, our cash offer doesn't work, there's definitely another opportunity for us to utilize like creative finance and to be able to get the property is take over their mortgage, pay off all her things and pay the realtor and then that'll be our entry cost to get into the property. But the seller definitely isn't going to be making anything.
Yeah, and I think she's gonna need to because she's gonna have to have something to at least get her going to get her into another property.
I mean, we'll visit that when the time comes. I think let me get a number from one of my guys right now. Let me see where exactly it needs to be. But I think I think it sells at like 399
Okay.
personally. Let's see when she bought it. She bought it in 23. Or she got it in 23. It looks or refinanced. Or got a no, this is a different
No,
lead.
they've literally had this for 2 years.
Yeah, it looks like
Said
they
they
bought.
bought it and then 2 years later, her husband passed.
It looks like her husband passed. They bought it in 2019 or 2017, put her on the deed in 2019, and then her husband passed in 21.
Like,
That's what it looks like happened. And then she got a lien on it in 23. They have a loan for 240, so that's probably paid down some. Got another lien in 21 and in 23. Well, let's see how this cash stuff works out. And if it doesn't, then we can always try for something creative.
okay, thank you.
But I always go cash first, then creative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think she's really looking for a cash offer.
Yeah. We'll see if we can make it work.
Sweet, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, good stuff. Kyle, I know you had a question.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Very low.
Okay, give me 1 second. How's that?
Say something. Hello?
Is that any better?
Oh yeah, much better.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I got those 2 contracts yesterday. I got an email from Title ready to go, wanting the option and EMD fee. I was just unsure what the next step was.
Are you are you asking me like how much is the EMD and option fee?
No, I've got all that. They're just they're ready for it. And you know,
Oh,
I mentioned yesterday, I typically, always offer the EMD due the first day after the inspection ends. But yesterday, you said that didn't have to do that. We got you. So I just didn't know what to do from here.
yeah, send me over the title company, their information. We could deposit earnest money for you. Send me over the purchase and sale agreement as well so I can see how long the inspection date is so we can put it in our calendar. And then we'll deposit earnest money and start shopping that thing out.
Awesome. What's your email?
Matt, MATT at justicecribs.com.
Love it. All right, man. Yeah, I'll send that over right now.
Sweet. Good stuff, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Sounds good. Yeah, if you ever pick up Um, okay, cool. So Steven, I saw you posted a question in here too. Is there a list of different incentives we can reference to use with our sellers? So do you mean with real estate agents? Cool. So yeah, we provide a ton of value to real estate agents. One, obviously, if the property is on market, they have not sold it yet, so we can help get the property closed. And that's just part of it. But we can obviously offer. We're very flexible as investors to be able to make stuff work for sellers. As you can see, we could go cash, we could go creative. We can also do very quick closings. So we could do stuff in the matter of a week to a month. So or we're flexible to when the seller wants to be able to close. We've also done stuff where the seller can live in the property after close. And there's just a holdback at escrow just to make sure everyone's protected. But we're very flexible and easy to work with. So that is a huge incentive to agents and sellers to be able to work with us. Also, we're having agents represent us in the transaction. So the agent is also going to get paid twice. So they're going to get double the amount of commission that they would if they were to just sell this property to another real estate agent. So they'll be able to go and represent the seller and us. So instead of them only getting 3%, they could go and get 6%.
And how
Go ahead.
when you do that, when you offer like the 3 extra percentage, how do you do the math? Let's say the house costs like 200,000, you do for like 0.7 at the ARV less the agent fee. So like let's say it drops to 170, less I don't know how much would be 3% of 170. I don't know, 10K. That would be like 160. That would be your MAO.
No, so we don't pay the listing agent commission. So not like sometimes we do, and we can. But a lot of the times we don't pay the listing agent commission. The seller does. And so
Yeah.
also to another thing, we don't know. I just use 6% because that's just pretty typical. But we
Yeah.
don't exactly know how much the seller and the listing agent negotiated. So they could have negotiated 5% or 4%.
But if I decide to pay, then that my math's right.
Pay the listing agent's commission.
No, pay for the yes, like let's say you're the listing agent. I find the property you're listing and I offer my 3%, and I say I'll pay your buyer's percentage, like the 3%.
Yeah, but you shouldn't do that
Why?
because the seller is already paying it.
Yeah, but maybe they just like to create an advantage, like even for the seller, like
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely done that too. Been like, hey, I'm at 270. You can go at 270. I've factored in another $2,500 for you.
okay, so then yeah, that would be like the 3%, right?
Well, they would already be getting 3% from the seller.
Plus whatever
The
I decide to pay them.
No, plus the other 3% that would have came from the seller to go to a buyer's agent. So, for example, let's say I'm a listing agent and I'm talking to a seller and I say, "Hey, Mr. Seller, I'm going to go and sell this property for you on the market, and you have to pay a real estate agent fee of 6%." So, what that includes is me going putting this on the market and helping get your property sold. 3% is going to go to me. Then if another agent brings in a buyer, then that other 3% goes to the buyer's agent. So that's a total of 6% that is still going to be paid by the seller. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then us as investors, we could go to, and 3% is just a rule of thumb, and it's pretty typical. Some agents will go and charge 4%, and they could be like, I'm going to take 1%, we'll offer a buyer's agent 3%, or I'm going to take 2% and offer a buyer's agent 2%. So that 6% is just typical. We don't always know what the agent is going to get paid. But when we as investors go to that agent, we say, hey, can you represent us? Well, then that means that instead of the agent just getting 3% and then taking it to another real estate agent for them to get 3%, that agent that you're offering on the property with to represent you and the seller is going to get a total of 6%. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. Yeah, it does make sense.
Sometimes, and not to confuse you, sometimes the agent might be like, can you pay me more? And you could be like, okay, at this price, I just need to be at 270, and I factored another $2,500 to you. So then at what that would mean is they're getting 6% and another $2,500.
Okay. Sounds
That's
good.
just an example, but that's a rare case scenario.
And whatever we choose to do.
Yeah.
Like if I say I'm gonna pay the seller's thing and I factor the number in my offer, basically he's gonna be paying that. I would just be telling them I'll be paying that.
Well, so if you were like, hey, I'm at 270 and I'll also pay your commission, that means you're going to pay 270 plus 3% or 6%. So your real net number would be, let's say it is 6%. Your real net number would be 286 too. But you don't want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then that's not a double close. That is just called dual representation. A double close is when you have a contract to the property and you put it into escrow, and then you pretty much open up another escrow file to sell the property. So that's what a double close is. It's essentially two separate escrow files, and that's one with you as a buyer, and then the other escrow file is you as a seller. So you're going to actually close on the property and resell it simultaneously. So it happens at the same time. That's what a double close is. No, that's not the only way the agent represents both. The agent will regardless represent you, even if you go and assign it. A double close is when you go and sell the property as a wholesaler. It's not something that an agent is involved in. Yeah. So, and it would be, for example, I get a property under contract at $250,000. I find a buyer at $270,000. If I were to double close it, instead of, or typically what we do is we just assign it. So I write up an assignment of contract for $270,000, and that's with me assigning it to the end buyer. And then if I wanted to double close it, it would be me writing up essentially another purchase and sale agreement with the end buyer. So it would be two separate purchase and sale agreements, one with me as a buyer and then one with me as a seller. That's what a double close is. But let's not, it's, you don't really need to, you don't disclose price between two parties, and you're not really going to have to worry about all that until after getting a contract and trying to sell it. And I don't really like to double close. I only do it every once in a while if I need to. And it's not something I do often. Majority of the time I just assign my contracts just because it makes it easy. All right, Clifford. You're muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm trying to put a comp in for 3 properties.
Okay.
Their land, and it's 1420 Edgar Street in Greenville, Texas.
Yeah, because Hugh probably passed away and then she just took all. Are all 3 properties lots?
Yes, it's 1420, 1422, and 1424.
Okay, cool. So they're all touching?
Yes. and they want 129 for all three.
How much?
129.
You got these from a wholesaler?
Yes.
Okay. So, personally for land, a lot of the times what I do is I just go off what the assessed value is and try and get it under that.
Right.
But it depends on the type of properties. So, Edgar Street, where's that? Right over here. Is it these three? 1, 2, 3. It's
Yeah.
1422, 1420, and 1418. Okay. So
20, no, it's 20, 20, 22, and 24.
okay, so these three. They're asking 130.
Yeah, 129, might as well say 130.
That actually seems like a pretty solid price.
Yeah,
So
but it's all land.
yeah, so this is my other homie is doing lots.
Okay.
Are the utilities on the lot, do you know? I assume
Yes.
it's okay. Is this a new build too? Yeah. Okay, so it seems like new builds in the area are selling for around like 270-ish.
Right.
So if you got three, that seems pretty good. Yeah, that seems solid actually. Let me see what he just said. If it's an infill lot that's buildable, then yes. Okay.
So lot size is 23,336 square feet.
It's not 130K each, right?
No, all three for 129 for all three combined.
It's and then all of them have utilities.
Yes.
What are they? Is it sewer, septic, city utilities? Do you know?
Well, it said utilities, yes, flood zone, no. No, all have utilities, no flood zone. I just need to find out about the septic tank.
Is it on septic or is it on city sewer?
I don't know. I have to find that part out.
Okay, this seems like a good deal.
Should I tell him 125, 120?
All right, my homie's taking a look at it right now.
Okay.
Let's check one more thing. So this is a hack. This is how you could go and check flood zones, just so you guys know. Is just go to Redfin, and then if you click this picture right here, it literally has a flood category. So it looks like it is partially in a flood zone. This one at least. I think these two are our other lots. That might be,
An issue.
yeah. Yeah. So this one, it says it's a flood zone of a 6. If it's not a flood zone, it's obviously like 1 because it's out of 10. So this lot right here might not be buildable. Same with this one right here. This one might not. And this, the 1420 looks like it might be. Or was that 22? This one is 24, yeah. And it also just shows you random other things too, like heat factor, fire factor, wind. But this is if you guys ever need to check anything to see if it's in a flood zone, just go to Redfin, click the picture, and you can see if there's a flood zone.
So does that disqualify the situation then?
It might. I just asked him. He said that he just did a couple properties in Greenville. In Greenville, that are land deals. So, I need to send him the correct address for this one. I'll let you know what he says.
Okay.
But yeah, if it's in a flood zone, that might kill the deal.
Okay.
Hector.
Hi. So I have two deals I have some agents sent to me as well. They look pretty decent pictures. She didn't have much information to give me yesterday. I
Mhm.
made two offers. I think they're the nearest like ARV that I found for both was around 375K. I
Okay.
just wanted you to take a look at it, and she said my offer was too low, but that there was room for negotiation.
Okay.
Yeah, I can she sent me pictures. I can send them if you want to. 2050.
Cool. Send the address.
Again?
The address.
Yeah, I'm sending it right now.
Cool. All right. While you do that, I'm gonna take a quick 2-minute break and go to the bathroom.
All right.
All right. Citrus Way in Montepillo.
Montecito.
Oh, okay. Feeling it. If it wasn't a flat roof, it'd be way better. Okay, 1100 square feet, 57 build. Let's take a look at these pictures. Thing needs some work.
I have the link for the pictures here if you want.
Yeah, send them in the chat.
Where the hell is the chat?
There's an active flat roof on the market right now for 720 or 795. And it's 300 square feet bigger than yours.
That one is for, I think, Montecito. Yeah.
I think this might be in a separate subdivision. I'm not sure. 58. Oh, okay. What are they asking?
So
290.
for one, I think the other one's off market. I'm not sure. One is 285 for Montecito and 290 for Citrus.
Okay, this one's a pretty good comp right there. This one
Yeah,
I think had a pool, but
that's
it's
the one I
not.
saw.
Yeah, this one has a pool, but it's not renovated.
Mhm.
This one looks renovated. Yeah, I think it's like a 375-ish ARV.
That's both
Um,
things I found. I offer 242 for Citrus Way and like 236 for Montecito.
You offered this one's Montecito picks. Okay, this is the picks they have on the MLS. Yeah. Okay. What'd you offer for citrus?
242, 500.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would want this max like 245.
Yeah, she said that there's no way that my offers aren't close and stuff to what they're asking. She thinks that her price is priced properly, and I assume we would want it a little lower, you know.
Yeah, later, bro. I think we could possibly come up a little bit, but I don't think much more. I think it's like I mean, this thing looks like it needs a decent amount of work. And like you could see the discoloration on the roof.
Yeah,
So it might like need new roof. But I think that the max that we would be able to do on this is like 250.
for citrus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we could really come up. 20. Can I copy that now? And then once it starts paying the fucking bills and you make a retarded amount, you gotta go buy deals. So also for you guys that are doing this challenge right now in Phoenix, you don't have to just look in Phoenix. You could go to like Chandler, Gilbert, Mesa, Scottsdale, Glendale. Those are just areas in the Phoenix metro. So that's all Maricopa County. We've also done deals in Maricopa, the city. We do a lot of deals in Tucson. We do a lot of deals in like surrounding Tucson areas, so like Sierra Vista, Green Valley, Sahuarita. Um, we've done deals all the way as far going down towards Nogales. So you guys can also go and look in those areas as well. So what are the details on this one? Is it a 3-2?
She said it's I ask her 1 second. She says a 3-3, but I told her like that Redfin was showing 3-2, but
What did she say the price was for this?
for Montecito 285.
Okay.
I also think that the comps will be 375 around that, but I'm not sure.
Wait a minute. That thing needs work. So, okay, wait, so you have to upload your own list into DG, and then it'll start texting them when you want to send a deal out, right? Next Friday. Is this the one that you're using as a comp?
I kind of lost it, but maybe one. Yeah, I think I saw that one yesterday because there's nothing really close by,
Yeah.
so I had to go further away.
Do you have someone? Oh. Huh? Do you have a buyer for it? Yeah. Ed? Lewandowski? Yeah. He's looking into it. Well, how? He said, do you have room at property? I'm like, not a lot, where would you? I'm just saying, how do you get these phone numbers, or that's like a totally different thing that you have sitting there, that's not included in 8K DG purchase. He don't like that big road, I feel like. He doesn't like that big road. It was actually pretty wild road. Were you there today? I was supposed to go to Cave Creek. You know, I just packed like 10 cactus hours on the drive. Why? Are you gonna still text me if they don't answer your call? Not a lot of options in there. Huh? Not a lot of options in there. It's just fucking coffee. I know. Yeah, so I definitely think this is like a 375, 380 ARV.
Yeah. So I'm basically the same as the other one. I offer 236. Maybe I should just like offer 250 on both and see what she says.
No, this one. Let's see how bad the condition is, though. It actually doesn't look bad.
I don't feel like none of them look that bad. Just like kind of a lot of stuff inside and dirty on the outside or inside.
Yeah. Just pull the LLC and then go to open corporates and then do fast people search, or what? Because Manny J said prop wire is pretty good. This one needs, I think, more than the other one, but yeah, I mean, I don't think it's bad. I probably wouldn't want to shop this one out above 260. So yeah, I mean, I think that 250 on both is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, nice. So I should just call her and say, hey, I talked to my partner. I was able to, he said we are able to offer you 250 in both, and ask her if maybe she wants to represent us, like our side of the, as a buyer.
Yeah. Yep, pretty much.
Okay. All right then. Yeah, cool. How much should I offer for EMD?
I would offer 1%, but I would also try for a little lower. I know the other one you said 240 first, right? Or you said 232 first. So the thing with agents, you don't want to just like jump up 18 grand. So what I would do actually is call her first on citrus and say, hey, for citrus, what I know I offered 232, but I talked to my partner. I think I could come up, but I know we're still going to be pretty close to 232. What price do you think that you could, like, what's the closest that you could get me to 232?
Okay. And for the
Yeah.
other one, just for the other one, 250, yeah.
Yeah, the other one I would do just 250.
Okay. All right. So like it's 1% of the 250, the EMD usually.
Yeah, so like 2,500 bucks.
Okay.
2,500 EMD for both.
2,500.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'm learning.
Yep.
My numbers are pretty close.
Yeah, they are. That's pretty good.
Yeah, for both.
Cool.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so those were yours. Heather, can you comp this one for me? Palo Verde Street in Mesa. Yes. You guys are getting super close to some deals. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's off market.
Yeah.
Three.
So I'm just trying,
Do you have pictures?
she's trying to find out, she thinks that she got a video, but the house needs a lot of work. The only thing that was remodeled were both of the bathrooms because they took out a home insurance.
Okay.
It's a 3-2.
What price are they asking for this one?
Let me ask.
I like it.
She told me that.
Hey, Matthew, when you get a sec, can you circle back with me? I had a couple of comps I listed.
Yes. Okay. I think based off this one, it's probably like a 335, maybe 340 ARV. It's a little smaller than ours, so ours would definitely go more than that. But this is a really good comp because it was flipped. And they bought this one at 145. I don't think we need to be that low. I think we got to be. I got to see the condition, but it's probably going to need to be closer to 200K. But we'll see.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who was that? Emmett that had comps too?
Yes,
Okay, cool. Are they in the chat?
yes.
Okay.
It's further up
I
higher
must
though.
have missed it. Okay. Is it 28th?
1812, yeah, 28th Drive. So it's currently an investment property. Tenants are currently in the place. I spoke to the listing agent. She says she's going to try to find out what they're currently paying monthly for me. They're on a month to month. They've been there, I think she said a couple of years. Let's see. And there's my notes here.
Oh, it says right here currently rented 1450 per month.
Yeah, it's 300,000 right now. There's a price cut, 15K on September the 6th. And right now they currently, no, that's another property. I'm sorry.
Well, what was our year build? I think she's honestly listed pretty close to ARV. I think where these ones are trading is probably around where ours is gonna trade.
Oh,
Just because ours is like in this weird little area over here. I
right.
think it's probably gonna need to be under 300K
Hello. I was starting to wonder
or
if you guys.
200.
Um, Madre and Malore come over it.
Okay, so you have to get.
Okay.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would try for under 200K.
So how much under 200? Under
I
Three-
think we could get it done like right at 200, like 199, but I think she listed this at ARV. And it seems like other buyers and this like these are probably cash buyers that bought these properties, all three of these. 171, 190 was the highest and 146. And so I think we're going to be pretty close to these pricings. So I think the highest that we should be is like 190.
Okay. And then she gave me another one. She said it's not occupied. I looked at it, but it didn't look. The 318 North Phoenix and Eloy.
Jeez. Okay.
And that was kind of a funky deal. I mean, if I was reading the notes, it looked like it's got an attachment and that they're using the other houses like or the other garage as I think another rental, potential rental. They got rid of that one on that property. Yeah.
Okay. This one's renovated, but it's not really close to our year build. Doesn't really look like our property, but that one is our renovated one. So we know it should go around 240. Let's see what was going on here. Nope, nothing.
You're thinking ARV is 240?
I think it's pretty close to it. That one's a 4-2. Ours is a 2-2. So I think it's a little less. So this is also an Eloy. We've done deals in Eloy.
Yeah, well, she said that obviously I'm not from this area, so I was telling her, I'm like, I've never heard of that, but I'll look into it.
Yeah, we've definitely done deals in Eloy. But these properties, they need to trade a little bit lower than normal because it's pretty rural.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty close to a 240 ARV, but that's the highest one in the area, which I don't really also like. I like this is a 73 build. What was this one? 54. And ours is like 80 something. I don't like that property that much either. Let's see. This is closer, but these properties, they seem like they're going right around like 220-ish. So I
Mhm.
think that's probably where our ARV is. This is a 3.2 1449 build. But those ones are newer builds. I would say it's probably going to be around like a 220-ish ARV. What did she list this at?
250.
150.
Oh, I'm sorry. The other one, yeah, 150, right?
So this place is not an area that trades very high. I mean, we're typically 40 to 50 to maybe 60% to be able to sell it at that, like 60%. So even at 220, I think the highest that we would want to be on this is like 115, maybe 120. But we've done a decent amount of Eloy and Casa Grande deals, and I would say majority of the stuff in these areas they trade right around that 120 range. So if you could try for a little, like what I would say about 120 is max that you could go.
Okay, 120 max.
Yeah. I would try for under.
Yeah, I was gonna shoot the. You said 115, though, right? So yeah, I put down 110,
Yep.
Hey,
and
Matt,
then
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Then the last one I just spoke with the another realtor. Um, he does novation deals.
Mm-hmm.
And this was on
Lincoln.
Tamirski. Let me see. Did I even put it in the chat? I thought I did.
I see you put another one on Lincoln.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that one's yeah, that's another one on Lincoln. Yeah, that's right. That's it. I'm sorry, I had the wrong address. This one's on Lincoln, 4020 West Lincoln Street.
So this
I-
one is innovation.
Yeah, it's an ovation deal. He said right now it's owner occupied.
yeah.
He said they're moving out of state because I asked him how, you know, desperate were they're planning on, are they motivated sellers rather? And he said yes, they're definitely motivated because they're moving out of state. He said it needs flooring and paint, and there's an RV station in the back with electricity. Right now, they currently have an offer of 240. And he also wants to add me to his buyers list.
Yeah, get added to his buyers list. Is it Pulse Capital?
I didn't get the real. I have his full name. I just don't have the
Francisco or something like that?
name. Is Andreas Sylvia.
Okay. Yeah, get on their buyers list. I don't think we could beat out the 240.
Okay, got it. Yeah, because he said that I told him that would. I even mentioned it to him. I was on the phone. I said I don't think we can do the 240, but I'm really looking for more distressed type properties, and he said they do them all the time because he's an investor as well.
Yeah.
So I asked if I could get on his buyers list. He said for sure. So I'll just follow up
Nice.
with him on
Yeah, follow up with him on future deals. He might be a good contact to bring you something, but that one I don't think we'll be able to make work.
that. Gotcha. All right. Thank you.
Of course. Cool. Kyle.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Great. So I just dropped the address in the chat here. I was wondering if you could comp that for me real quick. See if I was anywhere close.
Oh. All right, let's see what's up here. 1,400 square feet, 96 mobile home. Hey Sherry, it's Ben Osine. Hey, been a while since we spoke. We just mentioned some dating in September. Okay. Said I could get a shot to check in how you are and see if you got any new houses for sale.
I think really the value is going to be more in the land that it's sitting on than the mobile home itself.
Yeah. What was this age of ours? 96.
Yeah, 96.
Okay. This one looks like it's a good comp. This Hilltop one. Okay, that doesn't show us anything. Okay, sounds good. Okay. Later. Right. Interesting. It says this one, 2018. I think that these right here are all pretty solid to comp it with. Even this one. This sold a while ago, actually. I'd prefer to use these. Which one was the most recent? That's 2,000 square feet. I think it's probably around like a 215 ARV.
215. Okay. So I was off. I was thinking 240 on
I mean, I get it with this one,
I don't know.
but these ones are also this one sold in April, this one sold in June, and this one is closer to our year build. So I'd prefer to use that. And this one too. Well, this one sold at this is a 274-ish. It probably is like within 10K, but this is a 2014 build, so this one's way newer. So ours is definitely not going to be close to like 260.
Right.
I think it's about a 215.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Of course. Colleen.
Question. Hi. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes.
So when underwriting, you're doing ARV times 0.8 minus repair costs?
Yep. And then minus a wholesale fee.
Oh, then minus the wholesale fee.
So yeah, where you get times 0.8 minus repair cost, that's where a buyer should pick it up at.
So that's what the buyer can pick it up. Okay.
Yeah,
And
so
now-
you should be pretty close to that.
But if you
When you're doing so for the repair costs, what am I using like to calculate the repair cost for, like whether it's cosmetic, medium, full?
You're calling Arizona agents?
Mm-hmm.
So for cosmetic under the median price point, it's about $35 per square foot.
Okay.
And then if you go above the median price point, like under $1 million to about like 500K, I would say that's going to cost you about $45 per square foot for cosmetic. And then
Wait, what? Say that again. What, to $1 million?
500K to $1 million for cosmetic is going to cost about $40 to
Okay.
$45 per square foot typically.
Okay.
And then for something that's like a full gut, under the median price point, that's gonna cost probably about 45 to $50 per square foot. And then if you go 500K to like $1 million, it's probably gonna cost you about $60 per square foot.
Okay. Okay. Do you
Yep.
have like an example of like an offer sheet that you could share that I could use when submitting offers to agents?
Yes, let me find one. Here's what I just literally put it all in an email. And so this
Okay.
is
You just put it in the body of the email, not like a separate attachment.
yeah.
Okay.
This is what I do. I'll put it in the Discord. All right.
And since Arizona is new to me, you have title that you could recommend that I can use?
Of course.
Okay.
That's in our offer email too.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna increase and do some calls tomorrow morning. So
Heck yeah. Let's
May
get it.
you
Thank
repeat
you.
the cost per square foot? I'm sorry. I was driving at the time.
$35 per square foot for remodeled properties or for cosmetic properties.
Cosmetic. Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. Hold on.
Anything above that was 55?
Yeah, let me see if I could get this for you. Hold on.
And I feel like I'm hijacking the call, but this when you have a very big moment, this agent is awesome. She's actually from New York, so we hit it off really well. So she's done
Nice.
even more properties, and I was wondering if we could just go through it. And she's gonna call me. She's showing a horse property right now. So I don't know if you got time after this, so I'm not hijacking the call on everybody else.
Yes.
You're the best.
All right. Here's our rehab costs. I just put that in the Discord too. Cool.
Thank you.
Of course. Is that everything, Colleen?
Yep. Yep.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Clifford. You're muted.
Sorry about that. I try to get a comp on 1510 Briarwood Boulevard.
1510 Brianwood.
Briarwood, Briarwood
Okay.
Boulevard, Arlington, Texas. That's with the agent. Yeah.
Nice. 1,800 square feet, built in 55.
Yeah, he said roof needed already got done a year ago, and AC was done, but I'm gonna offer 160. What's your thought?
Yeah, I agree. You want to offer what?
160.
What'd you say ARV was?
They say she wanted 250.
Okay. What did you think ARV was though?
160.
No, the ARV.
Oh, ARV is 250.
Okay. Um, I think you're pretty spot on. I think it could possibly be a little more, but I'm not sure if I think that's all in the same subdivision. Let me see. Let's do this.
I think it's been on the market about over 50 days now.
Right. Okay. Yeah, no, all good. I can run you a blind offer, based off no pictures. It'll just be a cash offer for what I know it'll close at, and just based off of if everything's original. And then, we can go from there. You can run a buyer and see if it's something that she would look into, and, if she wouldn't look into it, then we can take a look at these pictures, and if it's up to date one, maybe I can pay a little more. I think ARV could potentially hit 300.
So what should I offer?
What are they listed at again? 240.
Yeah, 240.
I mean, I think that's pretty high. 42 days. This looks like it was a flip. Maybe not. I do think ARV is about 300K though. I think that 160 is still pretty solid. I think that at 160 you'd probably get this thing sold.
Yeah. What can I sell it for if I get it for 160? 170?
I would try for like 180, 185 maybe.
Okay. But I should put the offer in for 160, correct? That sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay.
160. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that I would try it for that for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, cool. Heather.
I'm sorry, did you just say my name?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay. So she's gonna call me back in a little bit. Right now, she's showing a horse property, but she also sent there's a huge story behind this, which I'm not gonna get into, but 3 other properties, they're in Coolidge Street.
Mm-hmm.
These properties were bought for to help people, you know, in that transition stage going, you know, where they house them for like 3 months and then move on. So they've had them for 3 years. They're in good repair. But I'll give you one of them. It's 94. Oh, sorry, wrong one. 9311 West Coolidge Street in Phoenix.
9311
Yes, sir.
West Coolidge Street.
Yep. So there's that one and 9324 West Coolidge Street. And then the other one's on Meadowbrook. So, but these are all looking good. And what they're doing is they're trying, they need to get money out of it. So they're liquidating. They lost their license for what they were doing and they're moving on to another area, but they're, it's like a transition place.
Mhm.
And they need to try and get out of there with some liquidation, right? I'm probably not explaining this well, and I could probably get on the phone with her and explain things better. But
Wait, so interesting.
and just I don't know. I kind of see her. You know how Jamel's got, what is it, Monique?
Yeah.
She kind of reminds me of a Monique. She's a lead, and she's actually from around where I live. She is from about 45 minutes away from where I live, so we hit it off really well.
Nice.
Yeah, and she's, you know, all in with all different areas, working with investors. She goes, I don't understand why agents don't do it. She goes, some of these agents just don't get it. But she's really on top of her game.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
This property is pretty difficult because it's looks like it's the biggest one around here. Let's see. Here's a big one. And ours is still bigger than this. That's for 465. What are they listed at again?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't even looked at them. She literally just sent these to me.
This one, I think honestly might overall just be a pass. This is our 615. I would most likely pass.
Do you think these would be good for like pad splits or
no?
no? Okay. Like I said, I've not looked at them yet, or because they're.
That was my original thought, but pad splits are not good for 2-story homes.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you want a single story. Yeah, this one I would honestly pass on.
Okay.
I think it's a little high. too high. And like it's the biggest property pretty much in that area, so it makes it even more difficult to try and value it.
And then I'm not hitting anything, don't worry. Just turning back into my garage. The other one you had said you thought the comp was at 340 or sorry. Remember you thought it would be at 340. The comp was at what? No, 240, right? For that one that is off market.
Which one was that?
That one is the Mesa, Palo Verde Street in Mesa.
Palo Verde. I'm trying to find it.
1061 South Palo Verde. It's sitting on 2 lots, that one.
Yes, I thought ARV was no, I thought it was higher. I think we got to be at like 200-ish, like close to it. I think it's like a 3 like 40 ARV, 325, maybe 340.
340 ARV, and we need to get it at around 200.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's without seeing the pictures yet. We know it needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay. And she is definitely one that is willing to do, she's got a TC, so they'll do all the paperwork. She would represent me as well. That last property that I talked to you about, the one on what was it, 10041? That one, she said the seller was giving her 1.5% on that one for,
Okay.
she worked out that deal. I didn't know if you heard anything back from your, because you said you were sending that one in.
They want it. They think, yeah, right where I was saying.
Around 399 or
That's where it sells. So we need it 390 or less.
90 or less. Yeah, and so we're gonna end up passing on it because she said she's got another investor that would be 425. So all right.
Yeah.
I'll let her know we'll pass on that one. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. You are the best. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, Sherry.
Hey, I put mine in the chat. I think I'm under help, Heather. You see it?
You needed these comps?
Yes.
Cool. What the heck? What's the square footage of this? Do you know?
Give me a second. If I'm not mistaken, I think, Columbia,
1467?
yeah,
Okay. They just bought it for 390?
oh, that's my fault. I gave you the comp that I thought it would go for.
Oh.
Yeah, go to the next one, I find it.
Is it 2497 Mowbray Street Court?
I don't know what you just said.
2497 Mobley. Southeast Court.
Yeah,
Is that the property?
yeah, no, that's my second property.
Okay, let's take a look at this. Nice. I love how this looks. 1,400 square feet, built in 62. Listed for 50 days. Hey, this is Catherine. Catherine, been a minute since we spoke. We spoke back in the beginning of October. Just thought I'd give you a shout to see how you're doing, one, and two, to see if you have any houses for sale.
The only one I found close to that one, it is 2,700 square feet that looks like it. I know you said apples to apples.
Yeah. Okay, what's going on with you guys? I like this one as the comp, this 280. So I think that for this one, that's a 280 ARV. And they're listed at 240. So I mean, we're gonna be well below list price. I think, unless I'm missing something.
So the one you just looked up, it's a 2-story, I mean, it's one with a basement? Because
It looked like it had a basement. I don't know for sure. Let's see. Here's a flip that's on market for 350. Gotcha. Is that why you're doing some rehab stuff, getting some contractors in there? What's that? Yeah. Oh. Gotcha. This one's been listed for 60 days at 350.
mhm.
Okay. No, all good. Why don't you let me know what it does? Still want to take a look at it. And then let me know if you run 60 days at 295. They bought that one at 175. This one they bought at 330. Wow. Yeah, no wonder they bought it at 330, then looks like they tried to rent it, probably couldn't find a tenant, and then turned around and tried to sell it. I think this one's high. Yeah, I mean, I think it's close to 300K, but I don't think it's exactly a 300K ARV. I think it's like a 280.
Spreading it out a lot more for you.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, so 280 with a full rehab.
Yeah.
I said $60 a square feet.
So I mean, I think we're probably about 100K off.
Okay, so you're saying offer 140?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's solid. That's where I would want to be.
Okay. Okay.
What's that? Well, hopefully we can go through it. Yeah, for real. I love the winter. Is anyone in your family? Okay, cool.
And the one that above that one, same street. Well, not quite. The address is 2328 Columbia Drive.
Sounds good, buddy. Thanks, Catherine, for your time today. I'm gonna shoot you my contact.
Drive, yeah.
If you run into something in South Carolina?
No, Columbia Drive in Decatur, Georgia.
Am I not spelling something right?
Columbia Drive, 2328.
2328. There we go.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, look at that. Was this fire damaged?
No, what happened was, a new investor decided he wanted to flip. And he hired some contractor and they ripped him off. And that's
It
what he got.
happens.
So now he just won't have.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful property right here.
Yeah, it's pending. It was pending when I looked at it.
Yeah, do we have a garage?
Yes, we do.
I think that's the comp right here.
So I can use a pending comp?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so do I down it some because it's 490?
Yeah, because it's been listed for 40 days. When did it go pending? Okay. Yeah, so it's like we don't really know what it went under contract for. We could safely assume though it's probably within 20K. Just because it went under contract a couple months after a price change. So
Right.
it's safe to assume it's probably around 400K.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say 390. Okay, 400.
Yeah, that's just
Joanne
me
Fisher.
personally.
August
So
14, 1966.
hold on. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think it's probably about a 400K ARV.
Okay.
And what are they asking? 240, I think it was.
Yeah, but she said
235.
she probably can get it down to 215.
215.
Yep.
I would try for 200 and try and sell it at like 210, 215.
Okay.
When was the last time they just price cutted it? A month ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, by a decent amount. The thing is that not a lot of other people
Want to mess with somebody else had?
Yeah. And they've been on market for 90 days. So I would maybe even try for a little less just because of that. We don't know exactly what happened. And sometimes when investors, when someone starts a project, they do work to it and then they don't finish it or they stop the work and then go and do something else. Or then trying to sell it. A lot of these investors think that they got to go back and redo everything that they've already done. So that could be a huge issue. So I would even maybe try for under 200.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll try.
Yeah, might as well. I think it's worth a shot for sure.
Yeah, because he bought it at 187.
Yeah, I would try for like 190. And then work your way up to 200, but I probably wouldn't go above 200.
Okay. Can you do this last one for me though?
Yep. See address.
The address 4130 Stilesboro, Stilesboro, Northwest.
IL.
Uh-huh.
That
SBRO.
Stalesboro,
Yeah,
Northwest.
yes.
Did I spell it right?
I don't know. STI, you got E.
Oh, IE.
No, no
Oh,
E.
it's just Stilbros, like this with two L's or one
Yes.
L.
One L.
Oh, just drop the address in the chat and then I'll just copy and paste it.
It is.
It is. Oh, here it is. Oh, there's the E. Four 3,000 built in 89 on a 3-acre lot. Look at this property.
Yeah, it needs a little of everything. The roof has caved in on the back side of the house. All the speakers or whatever it's called around it. Um, the floors need to be done over. It just needs a rehab. AC is gone, but it's nothing that has 3 acres there. Nowhere.
Yeah, it makes it difficult. Why does it not show the square feet? This is on 1 acre. This is also a newer build, I think. 4,500 square feet. There's not really any pictures.
That house right there is bad. I mean, it needs some paint, but it's nice.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's really not anything here that has 3 acres. I mean, I would just honestly probably try for something pretty low because it's always worth a shot. This one I'm not very confident in just because, again, there isn't really anything like this. But I mean, I would probably give the agent like a really big push away, like, hey, I don't really think this is for us. You know, we could potentially make something work, but I don't think it's something that you guys would want to hear. I think we're gonna be pretty low just because it seems like this is a very unique property. Ours is on 3 acres, which definitely adds a lot of value, but it's very hard for us to be certain about
Right.
what we can sell this for. So unless you have comps that have 3 acres and are very similar properties to ours, send them to me. I'd be willing to take a look at it. But other than that, I mean, I'm gonna be super low just because we want to be very conservative, but I'm totally okay with like passing on this. That's how I would word it.
Got you. Thanks.
Yes. Um Okay, cool. Hector.
Yeah, I just want to run through some numbers here. I sent in the chat already my offer. The ARV I found is like a block away, and the address.
Oak Street. I think I've seen this one. Is it turnkey?
What is turnkey?
It doesn't really need work. Okay, it's not the same one, I don't think. Let me just double check. 2118. Okay, yeah, it's not the same.
I don't know if the offer is too low. Should offer more, but I already offered, so
Okay, nice. What'd you offer?
three. I think 340.
What'd they say?
But like the ARV is like 565.
Mm,
There's an ARV at like 4143. I sent the address in the chat.
this one has no pool. And smaller.
Did you see the one I sent you? The comp?
I'm not yet, no.
It's like a block away from the address.
Okay. Is it this one on Vernon?
No, it's at Granada Road, East Granada Road.
Okay. Um, let's see how this looks. That one's kind of nice. Okay, this one's dated. And that's been sitting for a while. This one is super nice. No pool. And it's for sale for 8 days.
Yeah, the agent said that the one I'm telling you, the Granada one, they received, they were trying to list at 600, had to sell it for 565. Well, so I guess,
None of these really have pools though, which is kind of shocking.
yeah.
I mean, I think ours is like a 650-ish. That's just what it seems like stuff is kind of going for over here.
So I'm way off my number, I guess.
I mean, I could also be overestimating, but it looks like stuff is going in this area around the mid sixes. This one has a pool too, and I don't even know if this is remodeled, and this one's smaller. I doubt this one's remodeled, but yeah, I think it's a little higher than that.
Yeah.
That's too small. Yeah. What'd you offer?
I offered 340 because I based my offer on the
Yeah.
one I'm telling you.
I mean, I think that it's probably like 650 because ours also has a pool, but I mean, still, I think, I mean, if you get this thing at 350, that would be so cool.
350, yeah, that would be awesome, but I guess I don't think the agent was like, yeah, your numbers are right, because I showed him the comp at like the one I sent in the chat here. The totally renew, it's a flip for sure, pool, and he was like, oh yeah, you're right, your ARV is right. So I know, I think I was supposed to be at 390, but I was like, oh, whatever, let's offer 340. So
2100. Interesting.
so like that's yeah, it's very close to the one we are looking at. So I wasn't sure about the ARV. Oh, I was until now.
I mean, I think it's a little higher, but I mean, I still think that he's overpriced.
Yeah.
Oh, I see this one. Yeah, I mean, yours is a really good comp too. This area is a little weird. I mean, I think let's see what happens. And if he agreed with you, you never know. I
Yeah.
mean, because also it's not like you found this comp too, you know, so it's not like a buyer's gonna ignore that. They're gonna see that too. So let's just see what happens. Um, and if you could get this thing, that would be freaking sweet. And we'll push it out and see what we could get. I mean, I think it's so someone else bought one right over here for 412. So I mean, I think we could definitely come up to about like 400K. That was an investor that bought that one. So I think you're solid. But and yeah, I'm getting 420 as a pickup price for a buyer. So if we could be under that, I think we're good.
For a buyer. So like we could sell it for 420
Max.
max. Okay, so I should pick up at like the most, my highest offer like at 390.
Yeah, 390, 400K.
Perfect. If I get it for three, but okay, so like he's
But
going
also
to be
too, I don't know anything about like roof HVAC. The pool looks fine. I mean, it doesn't look like it's super dated or like it needs a ton. Up top, I mean, the roof looks like it's got some spots up here, may possibly need to be replaced. I doubt it. Maybe just some patchwork. I don't know what the HVAC looks like.
yeah, he said he could get me this information, but he didn't have it when I called him.
I mean, if that agent's willing to go and present that offer, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Try it out.
Yeah, I tried. So let's see. He said he's gonna let me know today or tomorrow morning, max. And like,
Cool.
what if he doesn't counter or anything? He just say they didn't take it. What should I do? Just hire like
I would just be like, okay, that's fine. You know, what's the closest you think your seller would be able to get to my number?
okay. So we start negotiating. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then if he's like, I think you're way off, the seller, and be like, okay, well, what's the lowest the seller will take? And just try and get a number out of him. And then if he's like, yeah, the seller's lowest is like 500K, just be like, okay, yeah, this is a pass for us.
Okay. Could you
And
also
then,
help me with one more?
yep.
Let me just get it here. Here. Sending right now. Where is there you go. I offer 360. The property is vacant. He said there's no problems with anything, no major issues. It was like an elderly house living home, and the seller is not like in a hurry to sell. I believe the ARV is between 5 to 520K, and I offer 360K.
Looks like they just bought it in February. 23.
Yeah, the other properties that you helped me with, the other two, it was a wholesaler. So that's why she was like, oh, they don't want to take it. She finally told me.
Ours has a pool.
Ours, wait. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Make sure.
Oh, there's no way ours has a pool.
No, I don't think there's a pool.
Yeah, I think ours is right around this ARV right here, like a 450-ish. That property is not very similar though, but there's other stuff in this area that is gone for that price. Let's see what else is on market. What's the competition doing?
I thought it was like 5 to 520, but it's a little further away. I couldn't find anything that big.
No, I don't think it hits the fives.
Okay.
This is good though. I like this a lot. I like this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're a little overpriced. I think it could be a little more than 450, but not by much. Did you offer already on this or no?
Yes.
Would you offer?
3, 4, 3.
Yeah.
360. So it's way off.
Yeah, I would want this like at 315.
315.
Yeah. But hey, you never know what happens. If you get it, let's try it out and then we can always retrade.
Yeah, probably I'm gonna let it go. See what he says. Give you the news tomorrow.
Cool. Keep me
All right.
posted.
We don't have a live tomorrow, right?
I don't know. I gotta see what the other teams are doing. And talk to Jamil and see what he wants to. But I'll keep you guys posted. I'll let you know probably by tonight.
Okay.
All right, Clifford, and then we'll go from there.
All right, I'm amazing. Hey, that same property at 420, 422, 1422, and 1420. Did you hear anything from your partner? Did he say anything?
No, not yet. I'll shoot
Okay.
you. I put my number in the Discord, so shoot me a text and I'll let you know what he says. He said that he was running into a meeting and we'll take a look in a bit.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
Yep. So I'll let you know what he says.
Okay, no problem.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So you guys still definitely have homework tomorrow. I want you guys to actually hit 30 conversations tomorrow. Let's do that. So instead of 30 total dials, since it's a Saturday, a lot more agents, they sit at open houses and they are actually more willing to pick up the phones on the weekends. So let's hit 30 total conversations tomorrow. And let's not pay attention as much to offers, but because your guys' offers will probably go up to about 5 with 30 conversations, but let's make sure to try to hit the 30 conversations tomorrow.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Awesome. Let's go.
Let's
All right,
go.
guys.
All
I'll
right.
keep you posted on the next Zoom call as well. And in the meantime, just keep hitting up the Discord. I put some other information in there for you guys. So let me know. Let me and my team know if you guys need anything.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Talk to you guys later.
All right.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.